by Sandeep. Is that the final plan?
No, sir. You and Sandeep sir both
Both.
will do
Okay.
it.
I hope somebody
And
will
Sandeep,
join.
Sandeep sir will do it for meritorious team.
I
And
see
for
that
the rest,
award announcement is by Sandeep.
Yeah, it actually, Mahendra, the certificate of merit announcement is by Sandeep, and the 4 awards are from you.
Okay.
okay, so I'm making it live for everyone. So we can mute, all of us can mute,
Sure.
and let's, okay, now it will go.
Hey, Damnesh, this is Vaidi from IBM, Vaidyanathan Iyer.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. I'll go on mute.
Yeah, we'll just start in a minute. Everyone just please settle in and put yourself on mute. We'll just start in a minute.
Hey, Rajiv, good to see you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Happy Independence Day to all of you. I hope you all celebrated 74th Independence Day today, and everyone is in the high spirits. I am Damnesh Kumar, an IIT Kanpur alumni, graduated in 2000, and I'm part of HCL Hack IITK 2020 organizing committee. Uh, our organizing committee consists of few amazing individuals from IIT Kanpur and Alumni Association, IIT Kanpur Delhi chapter. Uh, Important day for all of us. I'm excited to know the winners. I'm sure you all also want to know the winners. Let me invite Rajiv Sarup, who is an industry and academia veteran and who has spent days and nights to make this event successful. Rajiv, can you please unmute and welcome all the guests?
Thank you, Damnesh. Our chief guest, Professor Ganesh, Deputy Director, IIT Kanpur, Professor Maninder Agrawal, Director C3 Hub at IIT Kanpur, and Chief Mentor of this hackathon, Mr. Pradeep Bhargav, Global President, IIT Kanpur Alumni Association. Guest of honors, Mr. Maninder Singh, Corporate Vice President and Head of Cybersecurity and GRC Services at HCLTechnologies. Mr. Vinayak Godse, Vice President, DSCI, the Data Security Council of India. Mr. Sunil, India Head for Education and NPOs at Amazon Internet Services. Mr. Vaidyanathan R. Iyer, Chief Operating Officer at IBM Security Command Center, APAC. Dr. Shantanu Paul, Founder and CEO, Talent Sprint. Professor A.R. Harish, Dean of R&D at IIT Kanpur. Professor Sandeep Shukla, Department of Computer Science, Engineering, IIT Kanpur, and the brain behind this hackathon are and my colleagues from IIT Kanpur, my fellow alums, invited guests, and above all the participants of the hackathon. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the grand finale of the 45-day long hackathon, the HCL Hack IITK 2020, which had nearly 12,500 registrations from India and abroad, and over 100 teams competing intensely to solve real-life problems in cybersecurity with some real data. Today, we will know who are the winners of this hackathon, but more than that, I think everybody who participated gained something from this hackathon. Thank you all, and over to Damnesh.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you very much. Uh, for everyone, I mean, this hackathon was actually originally planned under the IIT Kanpur Diamond Jubilee celebrations, and we had planned a grand event at Vigyan Bhavan, which was scheduled in March 2020. But due to COVID-19, it didn't happen, and we decided to postpone it. Uh, but our team thought it's a good opportunity for us to do a complete virtual event, and that's how we came up with the concept for this coding hackathon. And we started working on it from April 2020 this year. The first challenge was to find a good theme which has future potential, which is relevant today, and which impact everyone, as in the individual, enterprises, and countries. uh, with expert opinion and considering the current challenges, we opt in for cybersecurity. Uh, the it is the need of the hour, and India is looking for expert to solve complex real life problems and build a good talent pool in cybersecurity domain. Considering that, we reached out to C3I Hub, which is number one cybersecurity and cyber defense lab in India. Professor Sandeep Shukla and his team at C3I Hub helped us conceptualize and design this hackathon, SCL Hack ITK 2020. Professor Sandeep Shukla, why don't you tell us how a hackathon was designed and what was the important aspect around it? Can you please unmute and tell us about it?
Sure. Thanks, Manish. So when we were asked to design the hackathon questions, now usually in cybersecurity, most competitions are of the type what we call a CTF, or capture the flag type. So where we prepare a vulnerable system, and the participants are supposed to hack into it and find what we call flags, basically specific information which is only available if they can successfully hack the system. But in India, that is a very common thing. And as you know that Indian white hat hackers do very well in the bugs bounty programs that are there around the world. And therefore, there is a large talent pool in terms of that kind of offensive security. But what we thought India needs is products and technology that is necessary for the country to be self-sufficient in cybersecurity, because most of the tools that are being used by the government as well as by enterprises, businesses, etc., or academic institutions are actually made by the various companies around the world. And many of them are from specific countries. And therefore, we need a talent pool who could actually take up cybersecurity challenges and then make up solutions, implement solutions, develop solutions. And that's where we decided that this has to be a programming type contest. So in the qualifying round, where more than 2,000 teams participated, we actually gave them a cybersecurity quiz, as well as 2 programming problems, which were not related to cybersecurity, but to just to test their ability to program at a particular level. And then in the challenge rounds, we had 2 challenge rounds. So first round was on malware analysis solution. So we gave the data from 5,000 malware and 5,000 regular software that we analyzed statically as well as dynamically. And this large amount of data was given to the students, to the participants, and they actually had to come up with a tool that can learn from this data and then can tell us, given a new binary of a software, whether it's a malware or is it a regular software, benign, what we call benign-ware. And then in this challenge round 2, we gave them 2 problems and they had to do 1. And both of them were also again related to machine learning application to cybersecurity. In one case, they were given a lot of network packet capture and from botnets as well as regular network. And then in the other case, there was network packet capture from a simulated DDoS attack. And in both cases, they had to find out, learn from this data, and then create a tool, machine learning model based tool that can tell us, given observation on network traffic, whether there is a botnet in the system and identify the host that has the botnet, or whether there is a DDoS attack and where the DDoS attack IPs are, so that they can be blocked. So overall, I think that this is the idea was to actually identify talents that could actually be nurtured to develop entrepreneurship in cybersecurity domain and developing indigenous tools and technology in cybersecurity. And the other thing was to create awareness about the problems in cybersecurity, because oftentimes people think that cybersecurity is all about bugs bounty, but that's not how cybersecurity is. And that's was the other reason why we went this way.
Thank you, Sandeep sir. Yeah, it was different in many ways, and thank you for conceptualizing that way. I see Professor B.V. Fani has joined, so welcome, sir. I see Sunil Singhal, who is the president of Alumni Association Delhi chapter. He has joined too. Welcome, Sunil. Uh, as Sandeep sir said, we were very excited about this hackathon. We opened it for registration in July 2020, and it got an amazing response. I have something which I want to show you, uh, which will give you an idea what it will. Okay, so this was interesting, right? I mean, we had over 12,500 participant. We uh, we had participant from 12 different countries, starting, I mean, Australia, Japan, US, Middle East, Bangladesh. So starting from the eastern side of it and the western side of it. So it was really exciting for us. We were able to mobilize 2,100 colleges. Amazing, right? So, and our jury, they worked completely online, marathon session with the teams. uh, the After the challenge round 2, there were 34 teams which were shortlisted for the jury round, and team presented their solution, and they presented their quick business plan. Okay. And in this complete journey, our partner companies, HCL, DSCI, IBM, AWS, and Talent Sprint help us all the way. We conducted 5 webinars and workshops. It had technical topics, career guidance, hands-on workshop on ML and AI. We got an average of 400 participants in each webinar. So it was quite a good learning, I'm assuming, for the participant too. Now, let me invite one of the partner company uh, uh, talent sprint, Dr. Shantanu Paul. Please share your experience and word of wisdom for all the participants. Shantanu.
Thank you so much, Damnish. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I must begin by first thanking Professor Sandeep Shukla and Rajiv Sarup and Damnish yourself for inviting Talent Sprint to be the learning partner of this event. And I can say that for us, it's been a really interesting and great experience being part of this journey of the last 45 days. For example, I think I was part of a webinar on career guidance, but I was also very pleased that Talent Sprint was able to offer a machine learning and AI workshop to the participants before they went into the whole hackathon, because as Professor Shukla quite eloquently mentioned, this was a different kind of hackathon. It required certain prior knowledge and capabilities and skills, and we believe that machine learning and AI would have been a very powerful set of tool set and skills for people to go into the hackathon with. So we organized a fairly elaborate such a clinic and workshop with some of our top professors and faculty at Talent Sprint. So for that, I'm grateful. And I think this partnership with the IIT Kanpur, with the alumni, as well as all the other partners of this event, I'm particularly grateful to have been part of this journey. As some of you know that, Talent Sprint is doing a lot of work in the space of deep tech, and some of our programs are now recognized as world-class. In fact, Talent Sprint, along with IIT Kanpur and C3I in particular, we work with Professor Shukla and Professor Maninder Agarwal, have launched one of India's leading programs in cybersecurity for working professionals. The first cohort is finished and the second cohort is starting. So in some sense, we have been working as Talent Sprint with C3I for some time now, and that partnership is just going from good to great over the next few months and years as I see it. So that also is a great experience for us, and I want to thank the leadership of IIT Kanpur for choosing Talent Sprint for this, taking out these programs to working professionals, and of course we hope and believe we'll take them out to young professionals across the country as well, especially college students. One interesting point I wanted to make was that India has gone through some interesting, I would say, moments. These are inflection points is the right word, I guess, for this. That if you look back in 2016, went through demonetization that unleashed a huge wave of innovation in the country in fintech and digital payments and subsequently digital lending. And in some sense, the absence of cash created an innovation culture around fintech for which India is now well known. Next to China, India is the second largest ecosystem of startups in fintech. I am of the view, and I'm sure there are people who share this view with me, that this particular moment in time post-pandemic, when working from home has become the new normal, and this may continue to be so for a long time to come. And as you have seen, technology companies are declaring 50% of the workforce working from home. I expect this to be a similar moment of inflection in our evolution as an industry, as a society, where I believe that cybersecurity startups would come from this inflection point. And we might see in the next few years the kind of innovation, the kind of entrepreneurship in cybersecurity coming out of India that we have seen in fintech in the last 4 years. So that is an analogy that I thought it's worth highlighting, for which this particular hackathon is particularly important. On a lighter note, I know it's not fashionable to talk about anything Chinese these days, but I still want to go back and refer to one of the great Chinese philosophers, Confucius, who lived 2,500 years ago, and I think had a very powerful insight into the importance of pedagogy. Confucius is famous for this statement where he says, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. So the whole idea of learning is no longer about hearing lectures. The whole idea of learning is no longer about watching videos alone. Unless you do, unless you put your hands to it, unless you solve hard problems, I don't think you can actually learn and master a subject like cybersecurity. So in my view, this particular hackathon, this particular initiative that has been taken by IIT Kanpur, C3I, HCL, and the IIT Kanpur Alumni Association Delhi chapter, I commend all of this effort because I believe this is the starting point for that hands-on learning, that transformational shift that can happen in our students and our working professionals, leading to entrepreneurship, leading to the kind of tools that can create, creating an independence or a freedom from having to depend upon other people's tools. I think that is now possible because we are finally getting into a system of learning, which is more learning by doing.
Right,
So with
Shantanu?
that, I'll end, and I'll just finish by saying that we're happy to be part of this journey, and I wish this program future success, and we'll be happy to be partners of this journey next year onwards as well as we go forward. Thank you so much, Damnish.
Thank you, Shantanu. We have Mr. Vaidyanathan R. Iyer. He's CEO, IBM Security Command Center, APAC. Sir, will request you to take 2 minutes and encourage all the participants.
Hey, thank you, Damnesh. Hi. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be part of this August gathering, and thank you, IIT Kanpur, for, it's an honor to be partnering as an IBM with IIT Kanpur. Uh, you know, I, it's self-evident that what this hackathon has produced, it is international. It has got people from different countries, 12,500 participants, and I was like, wow, this is absolutely great, right? I mean, uh, and India, as we know, and I'm very proud to be here, especially as an IBMer, because we have our labs doing some cutting-edge research, and we conduct our own hackathons. And this one has been conducted, hats off to IIT Kanpur and the associate organizations for conducting it so well. Only thing I wanted to make a point here, going forward, when we develop, when we do the hackathon, it is for testing the resilience of the systems, it is for testing the robustness, and the objective is it should have a societal cost. Uh, there were times when it was done for fun and did result in some unforeseen outcomes. But what we do with respect to hackathon is how does it help us in evolving a solution which can matter to the society. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that technology, unless it is coming out as an outcome, useful outcome to the society, is good to be a technology, but at the end of it, it doesn't serve the outcome. This hackathon, especially using the buzzwords of today's industry, which is artificial intelligence, we call it augmented intelligence in IBM, and digital transformation, moving to the cloud. Shantanu talked about the norm of working from home. Our technology has to be adopted, adoption to the cloud and security. The entire basis of development is changing. SecDevOps is the theme of today. And I'm sure that this hackathon will produce a lot of innovations and will continue to produce that. Very, very happy to be part of this journey, Damnish. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, and all the best to the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for keeping it short and simple. We have Mr. Sunil PP, who is the India Head Education and NPO's Amazon Internet Services. I'll request him to share 2 minutes his experience, AWS experience. Sunil.
Hey, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Wonderful Saturday evening. Thank you very much for this time, Damnesh. And I just want to spend maybe a few minutes on what we've been seeing in the industry in the country across education, and we've seen this enormous scale because of the lockdown across education. So why I want to bring this up is that security is one of the cornerstones of AWS and Amazon itself. And fundamentally, over the years, we've been building and leveraging the entire idea of having a secure infrastructure for customers to use. Today, if you look at AWS, we have millions of customers daily using the platform, and they depend on it because whether you're a small nonprofit or a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you're depending on the same infrastructure. Therefore, security is an essential component, and that's primarily a primary focus for us. The reason I want to talk about a little bit of education is that we're seeing a massive change in the market, and we're seeing customers adopting digital technologies much faster now, which has never happened in the last 10, 12 years. So over the last 6 months, we've seen institutions actually moving ahead and automating their campuses, adopting live classrooms, live labs, online assessments, etc., all taking a massive amount of adoption. And that's creating a huge amount of problem around security. And this is a fundamental cornerstone for providing services to customers across remote geographies, across large sizes, okay? And typically the examination model of 100,000 kids writing exams together is never an easy task. And there needs to be a very strong environment of security to make that happen. Most of this runs on AWS, so the infra is more or less taken care of because AWS takes care of it. But the application layer primarily has a lot of things that can be improved. And a hackathon like this primarily can create a lot of opportunities for students to look at these opportunities coming their way, whether it's a nonprofit ecosystem, whether it's education, higher education or K-12, whether it's research. there is this amazing amount of requirements for secure working environments in a remote world that we have right now. And that's going to drive a lot of interest and opportunities for everyone to work on. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be part of this. Okay, we've actually heard a lot of great things about the competitions and the participants. Keen to see the winners coming through this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you. Let me invite Mr. Vinayak Godse, Vice President DSCI. You know, Vinayak was personally part of the complete journey, starting from the webinar to jury. Vinayak, please share your experience.
Yeah, thank you, Damnesh, and thank you, Rajiv, and entire IIT Kanpur team and other people on this panel. This was really means our partnership with IIT Kanpur had been really growing well. So we had been doing a couple of hackathons we did together on SCADA security. But as Dr. Sandeep Shukla talked about, probably this was the first time. So this was first time for such a mega virtual hackathon. This was the first time probably a hackathon which is meant to build a solution on a real life problem and real life data basically. As a overall country, if you look at, India has been recognized as a kind of bug bounty capital of the world. So many global companies come to India, or they rely on some of the Indian hackers or testers to secure their products basically. And there are a lot of people in this area which are very active, and there are a lot of forums in this area which are active. So until now, hackathon means a CTF hackathon. Hackathon means finding problems and issues in systems and software. But as a Data Security Council of India and this National Center of Excellence for Cybersecurity Technology Development and Product Entrepreneurship that we are setting up in association with the Ministry of Elections and IT, our intent is to create a product and create an ecosystem for technology development, and most importantly for product entrepreneurship in the country. Since we set up this in March this year, we have almost 20 plus startups now incubated in our center. And we want to create this momentum across the country. And this particular hackathon was quite a good learning for National COE and DSCI, because we learned a key way basically, because most of you as a student had been learning all of this technology stack, all of those kind of tools, and more importantly, the coding abilities basically. What this particular hackathon tried to do is to create a use cases for you to entice to work on these cybersecurity use cases. So we all know that for commercial value creation means for the next 10 years, this will be becoming very fundamental area and subject. But this is not only commercial value creation in terms of the earning domestic and global export revenue, which is also very important from national security perspective. So creating capability, developing solutions and probably product and making them commercially successful is a very important part. And this particular program really contributed to create that momentum basically. This program also, we all on a panel also learned a lot in this particular journey of last 20 days, 30 days basically. And the kind of a response that we got, kind of a solution that we got, a kind of interaction that we did with most of the teams which had come to the final selection round. So that was revealing for each and every interaction was quite a good revealing for all of us. And they also use a lot of possibilities for work together in terms of how do we create an ecosystem for technology development, for entrepreneurship, and more importantly, how can make them successful for the industry adoption. So our incubation center is there. We have research center as well. We have type with like IIT Kanpur, and we have another 20 universities that we are closely working with us. So my appeal to most of the people joined in this particular ceremony is, if you have an idea, if you want to take it ahead, so with the help of the IIT Kanpur, we like to give all the support that we can give to realize these audit ideas that you put together, or the work solution that you put together into a product, and see whether we can create a good, successful product entrepreneurship out of this one.
Thank you, Vinayak. Let me invite Mr. Manendra Singh, who is a corporate VP and head cybersecurity and GRC services HCL, who helped us from the start with his team. HCL support was instrumental in executing this hackathon. Manendra sir, please share your experience.
Thank you, Damnesh. First of all, a very happy Independence Day to all of you. I think my speakers prior to me really put some very good perspective on the hackathon and what is the opportunity and the way India has emerged already as a global powerhouse as far as cybersecurity is concerned. But I want to refer to what Professor Sandeep Shukla said in his opening remarks. He almost gave a clarion call to Atmanirbhar Bharat, where potentially there is opportunity not only to move from the fintech startups which have done so well in India, but also really have our first few startups in cybersecurity, which is still a very emerging field, and we haven't really still scrapped the tip of the iceberg here. I want to give you some of the industry context here and what is in it for you as an opportunity, because I think we have already talked a lot about the hackathon, the process, the kind of talent, some of the brilliant teams globally we have brought into play here. There has been always some sunrise industries. I'm sure most of you are very familiar with sunrise industries. 20 years ago, IT industry was a sunrise industry, right? And today, still the IT industry continues to be one of the large growth momentums in the world economy. And there was this term you would have heard many, many years ago called softwareization of the world, softwareization of everything. And when I think this term came into play some 10, 15 years ago, and I don't think I really understood what it meant, right? But today, if you look at it, none of us thought that our homes would be run by software. Every device in our life, barring a very few mechanical systems, I think your car is going to get completely softwareized in next 5 to 10 years. So everything we touch today, barring maybe the furniture which we use, is softwareized in our home or in everyday life. And that is what really brings sunshine industries within these sunrise industries. So if you look at cybersecurity within the context of the overall IT industry, which still holds a very large growth momentum in the IT industry, it's the sunshine piece. The sunshine has really fallen on the cybersecurity industry. If you look at every industry vertical, right from automotive to mobile to home appliances to aerospace, there is not a single industry manufacturing which is being touched by security as an element, which is very, very important, right? And we had this pandemic, and the first 2 3 days companies were scrambling of how do we work from home. All right, fine, we have networks, we have VPN connections, we all can work from home. But in reality, how do we now allow our corporate secrets to really travel on internet in an exposed manner is a question that hit everybody on day 3, because we figured out the network connections to work from home. So security became a paramount problem to enable remote working and work from home. Imagine the situation not only just in work from home, where you're typically accessing a remote mail system or an SAP system or an ERP system. What about plants which are automated? How do you really allow a plant to be now controlled by somebody sitting potentially 30 kilometers away? And if that connection and the link and the software and the entire ecosystem is not secured, what are the ramifications of it? C3I deals with critical infrastructure, and we have heard about nuclear plants getting hacked. We have heard about oil fields getting hacked. We've heard about critical infrastructure, power sectors being hacked. So there are many examples now with some things which we don't touch and feel, but which sit behind us, including this video conference. Right. By the way, I just had a power outage, but my network connection is still working. In reality, if somebody hacks that power network and shuts it down, we know the ramifications that are there for everything which we take for granted in our life. So this is from an industry context and your career point of view. Since you are very early stage of building your careers, cybersecurity is a career you would see in the next 10 years will bring a very strong momentum. The demand for talent will be very high, not only in the context of IT, but in the context of whatever we do touch and feel in every industry. You'll find today we deal with HCL as a solution provider, which deals with complex solutions and enable complex solutions for global Fortune 500 and global 2000 companies. There are automotive companies which want to talk to us about securing their car SOC, right? Because the reason is the car is fully softwareized, right? You would have seen this in Hollywood movies that somebody can hack your car and make the brakes fail and make it crash. That looks very appealing in Hollywood. In reality, there's a lot of software, complex engineering and technology which goes behind it. So don't even see yourself from a pure software IT point of view. Look at the industrial applications. And I think some of my predecessors talked about this at length. The opportunity across IT, across automotive, mobile, manufacturing, critical infrastructure is immense. You will see that if you start investing and building your careers in this direction, the fruits will be there to see. Last but not the least, we've been very privileged to be associated with this process with IIT Kanpur and C3I. I want to thank Professor Shukla, Professor Manindra Agrawal, Rajiv, Damnish, and all our fellow sponsors and collaborators for making this event successful. It has been a learning experience for us and HCL team, and we look forward to continue to participate in these events and make our own contribution to HCL, to IIT Kanpur, and to growing the talent in the industry. Thank you, Damnish. Back to you.
Thank you, Manendra sir. Thanks for your support all the way. This this particular hackathon, the this event was mostly managed by Alumni Association Delhi chapter, and we worked hands on hands with IIT Kanpur. We have Pradeep Bhargava, who is the president of Alumni Association IIT Kanpur, the global association. Pradeep, want to hear your thoughts on it. Uh, can you please unmute and speak few words?
Yeah, thank you. So I think it's been an excellent initiative, and I would like to take a couple of minutes as to what Alum Association is all about and how we are driving a number of activities. So Alum Association comprises almost 40,000 alums graduated almost last 60 years, because this is our Diamond Jubilee event. And during this time of this 40,000 alums, we have grown and spread all across the world. We have 25 large chapters where the alums are congregated around different cities in the world. And as Alum Association, one of our job is to ensure that we interact, communicate, and also contribute within ourselves, but also largely to the society. And as part of some of the initiatives, we have launched something called Startup Masterclass, where we bring around the startups, the mentors, the investors together. In the last 4 years, we have executed 25 Startup Masterclasses across India, ranging from 350 people attending to 1,400 people attending. And we have a number of chief ministers of the state participating. We also had something called Social Entrepreneurs and Enterprise, which brings about something where we create an impact, and we have around 10 events that have been conducted. These range from topics like air pollution, water, rural livelihood, agriculture, waste management, and those are some of the initiatives that we have taken. The third, which have been largely, last year we have been looking at, called the Diamond Jubilee events for completing the 6 years, and we just missed Delhi chapter being able to organize because of this COVID. But Delhi chapter has been doing a number of activities, and thanks to Delhi chapter and IIT Kanpur coming together, thanks to Professor Shukla, who's here, we were able to conceive and now bring to you this hackathon. This is one of the first large hackathons that has happened, and I would say one of the large events that we have done after this COVID impact hit us all, and we didn't know what was happening. So it's a great job building together all this. What I believe is that we have not only done this getting the participants in India, but also across the world. And this being the first step, I'm sure it is set to grow. Cybersecurity, important topic, and we have some of our best brains within IIT Kanpur. We also know that within India, there is a keen need to have cybersecurity done very well. And as some of the speakers talked, not only about the software, but since we are now getting integrated into IoT and hardware, we look at security encompassing and pervading all these activities. So it's a great topic, and I'm sure the teams would have contributed a lot, and we will see as the results will pour in and the type of thoughts coming in. Thank you once again, and wish you all the best for this final session.
Thank you, Pradeep. I hope everyone watched the Honorable Prime Minister's speech today. In his Independence Day speech, he announced that India will get a new robust cybersecurity policy soon, and I'm sure C3I Hub is going to play a very crucial role. So now let me invite Professor Manindra Agrawal, who is the director of C3I Hub, IIT Kanpur, to tell us about the C3I Hub and the initiative under it. Sir. Mani, sir.
Thank you, Damnish. Is there a video to be played, Damnish?
Yeah, I'll play it later. First, you can just tell us, and then I'll play the video. Yeah.
So a very happy Independence Day to everyone, and it's real pleasure to be here at the closing ceremony of the hackathon, which has been a unexpectedly successful event. I remember when we started discussing, and we were wondering how many teams we will be able to attract. The guess were like a few hundred. And if we reach 1,000, that will be a great success. And we have more than doubled that. So I would like to congratulate all the organizers who worked very hard in making this a success. I just want to say a few words about the C3 iHub. At IIT Kanpur, we already had and still have this C3I center with a focus on ensuring or creating tools for security of the critical infrastructure. The C3I center just has become much bigger, and now it's going to be called as C3I Hub. This is now slated to be the key innovation hub in cybersecurity in the entire country. Our charter now is to help groups all over the country do good research and develop new products in cybersecurity. And since I believe there are a number of students and young people who have joined this meeting, I want to just highlight a few important things that you may benefit from. One is, again, this is all part of our charter. One is that we are going to create a number of courses from basic to advanced in cybersecurity, and these will be available through online mechanism. These courses I expect to start rolling out in next few months. Keep an eye on for that if you are interested in learning. Second is support for startups. So if you have a bright idea, you want to do a startup in cybersecurity, we in C3I Hub can support it in multiple ways by giving you a space to work at IIT Kanpur, or if you want to work remotely, then access to the cybersecurity center's infrastructure, test beds, and so on. Also, we can provide funding. We have set aside a certain amount of money to support the initial phases of these startups. And third is that given our scope, which has expanded very significantly to cover the entire gamut of cybersecurity, we are going to very soon start hiring for this C3I Hub in a major way. So if you are interested in learning state-of-the-art things and working on them, again, please keep an eye out. We will soon be calling for interest in working in the C3I Hub. So this, as other speakers have mentioned, is the perfect time to start expanding the cybersecurity activities in the country. There has been a lot of digitization over the past few years, and yet because of the digitization comes the challenge of ensuring the security, the integrity, and privacy of data. And cybersecurity is the domain that provides the right tools to address this. I really would want number of our young people to learn about these things and work on this, because at the end of the day, cybersecurity is one domain where we absolutely need indigenous tools. We cannot afford to rely on importing technology because number one, we will never get the state-of-the-art tools in cybersecurity. You will always get the second, let's say, the one generation behind tools. And second, those tools themselves may have trapdoors, which we won't be aware of. And until we develop those tools ourselves, we will never be able to feel fully secure. So this is really the future, the way it is coming up to us, and it's up to us to rise to this challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mani sir. I'll just play a small video of C3I to introduce C3I.
Digitization has evolved the concept of the border beyond the traditional land, sea, and air frontiers of the country to include the cyber border. Missiles and armies are weapons of past. Cyberspace is the new frontier in warfare. Hackers can attack any country from their homes. Only technology can defend cyber border against cyber terrorism. The country needs cyber soldiers. DST is setting up the National Technology Hub at IIT Kanpur to develop cyber technology and build cyber soldiers.
We proposed to create NACSIPS, which is the National Technology Innovation Hub for cybersecurity of cyber physical systems.
Right now, we are the leading institute in the country doing research in cybersecurity.
We are perhaps one of the only institutions which is working in area of cybersecurity for critical infrastructures.
These cyber soldiers will defend critical infrastructure, automotive sectors, and unmanned aerial vehicle utility from cyber terrorism.
Digital systems have these layers of abstraction, and we have identified these 9 layers. And we plan to work on the cybersecurity of each one of those 9 layers.
This hub has the support of faculties from prestigious universities worldwide. The hub will start MTech course in cybersecurity at IIT Kanpur, first time in country, to prepare cyber soldiers to protect digital India.
We have an agreement with HCLHACKIITK2020 to offer cybersecurity courses to all the students in affiliated engineering colleges of Uttar Pradesh. We are also working to offer cybersecurity related certificate courses for professionals.
C3I Hub will consult government, industry, and utility sectors to upgrade their cybersecurity.
One cannot rely on the tools which one imports because there are always fears of trapdoors being present there.
The goal is to build technology, develop products, which can be then marketed through the startups and some of the industry partners. The team that will be doing the startup ecosystem is actually already the incubation and startup ecosystem that we have at IIT Kanpur.
So it's of critical importance for the country.
We believe that IIT Kanpur is the right team for setting up such a technology innovation hub.
IIT Kanpur takes pride in this new role and is determined to make India self-reliant in cybersecurity, developing Cyber Shield of digital border.
Okay, so that was a good one. Okay, so we have our chief guest, Professor S. Ganesh, who is the Deputy Director, IIT Kanpur. Sir will request you to inspire all of us and give your keynote address. Professor S. Ganesh, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ramesh. So first of all, happy Independence Day to all of you. And our director, Professor Karandikar, is not keeping well, and that's the reason I stepped in this place as the chief guest for this award ceremony of HCLHACKIITK2020 2020. On behalf of the director and my own behalf of the colleague and institute, I congratulate the organizing committee for the phenomenal success. I'm sure this is not possible without the active participation with the industry sponsors, mentors, and juries, and of course the participants who wholeheartedly, came forward and worked towards the competition, because it's a 45 days long period, and I see that more than 50,000 visitors have, visited the website, thousands of participants from 12 countries. That's what explained to me. That's phenomenal. I mean, this kind of an attendance and massive scale is something that we did not anticipate when we started, as explained by Professor Agarwal. And this is, in a way, it is an inaugural, hackathon, but the scale at which it was done and this, the kind of participation that we have seen is phenomenal. It indeed is exciting. And this hackathon is also unique in the sense that it asks the participants to build solutions for cyber attacks. In that way, it has really helped in generating as the small movie that explained that you have warriors against the cyber attacks. That's something that is really has given a platform and opportunity for the youngsters to know what to expect and how to really come up with solutions. I'm sure the teams have really competed, and the juries found it very, very hard to find the top teams. It's a tough time, I'm sure, for the jury. But regardless of the um, uh, the end result as to who are the top 3 or top 4 or top 10, I'm sure all these teams have really had wonderful and exciting learning time here with the mentorship of Professor Sandeep Shukla and other team members. They have really learned a lot, and that's going to really help them in shaping their career as well. But this wouldn't have been possible without the support from the sponsors and our knowledge partners. I really place on record service rendered by Dr. Shantanu Pal from Talent Spirit, Mr. Vaidyanathan from IBM, Mr. Sunil from AWS, Mr. Vinayak Gopse from DCSI, and Mr. Maninder Singh from HCL, which really, really helped in this hackathon to be conducted in the large scale that we have seen. And of course, again, I would like to thank all the juries for spending time and selecting the winners. I believe this opportunity will really help them to translate their ideas into startup companies, because as Professor Agarwal explained, the C3 High-Up is an independent entity now can help the startups to realize their dreams. That in that way, there's going to be a real opportunity for them. I would request that they continue to associate with this center and take their mentorship and avail the opportunity that are there. The cybersecurity center just started a few years back at IIT Kanpur, but within a few years, we can see that how rapidly it evolved, how it has become a technology hub. As a good example as to how an academia and industry can come together and set up a dedicated research wing, which also help in entrepreneurial training and incubation activities. And we are thankful to Professor Agarwal and Professor Sandeep Shukla for really putting in efforts and hiring more faculty and experts as part of the center, which has become as one of its kind in the country and would really of great benefit to the nation, because the knowledge and the way by which we can secure our cyber infrastructure is something that we have to come up with our own. That is where this center is going to really play a major role. I'm sure the winners can gain more if they associate more with the center and benefit. I guess we are running a bit late. I'm sure the participants are more eager to know who are the winners, and that would really is the main purpose of this ceremony. So I would end here my short note, and once again thank all the members who have contributed to the great success of this event, and I look forward to the next year edition, which I'm sure is going to be in much larger scale than what we have seen this year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouraging words. Yeah, we all want to know the winners, and I think that's the objective for this ceremony. So, unfortunately, Dr. Saurabh Srivastava couldn't join us due to his health, but he has sent a message, and I request Rajiv Sarup to read the message for us.
Thank you, Damnesh, and I have the privilege of giving this message on behalf of Dr. Saurabh Srivastava, who is unable to attend because of his illness. I would like to congratulate not only the winners, but all of you who competed. Choosing winners in such a competition is always difficult, and not much separates those who win from those who are less lucky. I urge all of you to keep raising your expertise and put India on the world map as country to be reckoned within the area of cybersecurity. My best wishes to all of you and the organizers of this hackathon in a space of such vital importance to the country. Thank you. That's the message from Dr. Saurabh Srivastava. I would request Professor Maninder Agarwal, Director, C3I Hub, to preside over the award ceremony. And I would now request Professor Sandeep Shukla to announce the winners of Certificate of Merit. As you all know, there are 25 winners of Certificate of Merit, and there are 3 awards, and there is 1 special jury award. So, Professor Sandeep Shukla, please announce the winners of Certificate of Merit.
Thank you. So we'll go in the reverse order. So the number 28 in our merit rank is Runtime Terrors from SSN College of Engineering. The number 27 is My Little Pony from IIT Roorkee. Number 26 is Cash from Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering. Number 25 is Hackerman 69 from IIT Kanpur. Number 24 is Code Dumped from IIT Delhi. Number 23 is Okayama from Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. Number 22 is Top Secret from the LNM Institute of Information Technology, Jaipur. Number 21 is Lazarus from IIT Roorkee. Number 20 is Team Rocket from IIT Bombay. Number 19 is IIT Breachers from IIT Bombay. Number 18 is E Chaukidar from IIT Kharagpur. Number 17 is Hawkeyes from IIT Guwahati. Number 16 is Hack the World from IIT Kanpur. Number 15 is Cryptex from Madras Institute of Technology and SAP. Number 14 is Flash from Jadavpur University, Kolkata. Number 13 is Al Capone, Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering. Number 12 is Cyber Rookies from IIT Roorkee. Number 11 is Game Boys, College of Engineering, Pune. Number 10 is Control Intelligence from IIT Delhi. Number 9 is the Mandrake from IIT Madras. Number 8 is HVM from BITS Pilani Goa campus. Number 7 is Programmers VIIT from Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology. Number 6 is Security File from IIT Delhi. Number 5 is Landscapers from NetEnrich and Manipal Institute of Technology. And number 4 is 418, I Am a Teapot from IIT Delhi. So
can we clap for all of them, please? Can we clap, unmute and clap for them? These are the 25 meritorious team.
So hopefully we'll see you all next year in June 2021.
Okay. Now I request Professor Maninder Agarwal to please announce the winners.
Thank you. The first one is the jury's special award for most promising startup. The award goes to the team Landscapers from Manipal Institute of Technology.
Very nice.
So I invite one of the team members to just give an acceptance speech for a minute in case they are on the call.
Yes, let me just invite them. Team Landscapers, you can unmute and one of you can speak.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to thank everyone present for the award and the opportunity to participate in this hackathon. It was truly a good learning experience. Like Akash already has some experience with this field, but me and Raj were completely new, so it was a great learning experience. And like I think this is a very good initiative because a lot of people will learn about cybersecurity, and I'm looking forward to next year. So back to you.
Thank you, Arun, and thank you, Landscaper team. You guys were good. Okay.
Okay, so moving on, the third prize goes to Team Sarani from IIT Delhi.
Okay.
I'll
So
invite one of the team members of the team.
yeah, so the third is the Team Sarani from IIT Delhi. Nirjar and Ramneet, one of you can unmute and speak.
Yes, I'd like to say the acceptance speech. I'm Nirjar. So, on behalf of my team, Sarani, I'd like to thank the organizers of this amazing contest and for bringing us the opportunity to learn and put our skills to use. We are really honored to receive the award at such a prestigious competition. To be honest, like this was our debut hackathon, and I'm thrilled to receive the award. My teammates are awestruck too. We feel humbled to be one of the winners. I'd like to thank my parents and my friend Dimitri for their strong support, without which nothing would be possible. I also thank Ramit, the team leader, for enlisting me in the team. In the end, I'd take the time to acknowledge that the hackathon was really wonderful experience, and our team would love to learn and work in the domain of cybersecurity and ML and explore the opportunities. Once again, thank you, judges and organizers, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Nirjar. Let's clap for them, the team, third team. Yes, sir.
So the second prize goes to the team DU Apophis from University of Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Right. So this is an international team from Bangladesh who has won the second prize. DU Apophis team, can you please unmute and speak?
Thank you, everyone. We actually didn't expect that we would get the prize. There are a lot of professional teams, startups, but yes, this was so much educational. We have learned a lot, and yes, we are very happy and excited. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Clap for them, please. This is the team from University of Dhaka. Okay, Manen sir.
Yes, so the first prize, it goes to the team Bite Me, also from IIT Delhi.
Oh. So it's a team Bite Me who has won the first prize. I see Mayank and Mankaran has joined, and one of you can speak.
Hey, thank you, organizers, for giving us the opportunity to participate in this hackathon. And we absolutely love the theme about, like, none of us had ever participated before in this cyber security type of hackathon. Like, we had done development hackathons, but this was something totally new to us. And the problem statement was like totally amazing. That amount of time it took us to research and to develop was just within the time frame that was given to us. And we hope that we can take whatever we have learned forward and probably, like you suggested, work on something in a startup in this field or something like that. Yeah, thank you once again.
Thank you, Bite Me team. Let's encourage them, and all the winners. We are gonna reach out to you for your prizes and for your certificates. So you'll hear from us. Thank you for joining today. Now, this was good. Congratulations to all the team who won and who participated in this competition. Let me invite the organizing team, the hosting chapter, Alumni Association, IIT Kanpur Delhi chapter president, Mr. Sunil Singhal, to give vote of thanks for this ceremony. Sunil sir.
Good evening, everyone. With thanking all our sponsors, HCL, DSCI, AWS, IBM, and of course, Talent Sprint. Thanks are due to Professor Shukla and Professor Maninder Agarwal and their respective departments at IIT Kanpur. A big thanks to my fellow alumni, especially Damnish, Rajiv Saroop, and Anupam Sarawala, who spent many days and many late nights on organizing this wonderful event, which has been such a success. Thank you all. And I look forward to our association, not only for next year, but we would like to create this as a institution and make it an event year after year and keep its relevance growing as the industry keeps growing. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil sir. We look forward to see everyone in 2021. And with this, I close this ceremony for today. Thank you for your time. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.